chickadees. Give me just a moment. I'm having a little Twix issue right now. So bear with me for just a moment. I am going to try to get this fixed. It is not wanting to play nice. And I don't know why. Let's try again. Okay, Melissa, we will see you shortly. I don't know why it's misbehaving. Well, that's a true bummer. Well, doggone. I don't really know what the problem is. The Twix does not want to play nice because normally the way that I can fix it, I can't fix it. It is not working. All righty. Well, we'll have to maybe try to, I'll make another attempt at it a little later. But thanks for hanging out. It's Wednesday. It's Wine and Crime Wednesday. Tell me what you're drinking. I got a lot of talking to do tonight, so I am heavy on the water this evening. Hey, Factual Lie. Thanks for popping in. Okay, who do we have? I know several people are finishing up with Corey Richens today. I get it. Melissa is finishing up with Corey, and then she's going to pop over here. Hello, Peppermint PJ. Thanks for joining us and coming on back. Hello, KS Granny. So nice to have you. I was kind of rushing tonight because y'all probably wonder what Mr. Demeanor does while I'm live streaming. So Mr. Demeanor breeds guppies. While I'm live streaming, he is usually looking at them, transferring them, separating the babies from the mamas and the daddies. And so he had a lot of things to tell me because he just took some of the guppies to the local pet store so they could sell them, because he has a little deal worked out there that when he brings them, they give him a store credit of a certain amount. So it is quite the process, shall we say, and he is insisting to me that we will both be able to retire on this. I'm kidding. He jokes about it. Hey, Kristen is back with us. Hello, hello. Thanks for joining. And Kelly is here. So that's what Mr. Demeanor does while I'm live streaming. He plays with his guppies. And let me just tell you, there are some that are very, very pretty and very expensive. Had no idea. I literally had no idea. I'm going to try to fix this whole Twix thing again and see if I've gotten it fixed. No, it's still telling me. Well, that is a doggone bummer right there. I don't know how to fix it. You thought you would think he'd be cooking. Not tonight. I think it's going to be grilled cheese and tomato soup for me tonight when I finish with you all. We've got a lot to get into. Couple things. Thanks for joining me for Verdict last night on old Dale, baby, Dingleberry Dale, as you all call him. Laken Snelling has finally been indicted. Thank you. Finally. So we will have that to look forward to in the future. I know Corey Richens is still happening. I am way behind, but I'm really only behind today's testimony. I didn't get an opportunity to see any of it to try to catch up. So I will be doing that this evening and tomorrow. and tomorrow evening. um, so I don't know if anything's popped off. Please don't tell me. Please, no spoilers. So we've got those things going on. But tonight, we're going to go back and talk about Kelsey Fitzsimmons. And I'm gonna keep trying to get this fixed with the Twix here. It is just not. It's very frustrating when you are utilizing something and it doesn't work. Let me try to refresh my screen that I have here. So bear with me just a moment. I might disappear. Let me see if I can fix anything by reload. Nope, refreshing. That did nothing. Okay. Ooh, Dr. Pepper, my favorite. Now my camera doesn't want to work. I am having a night, y'all. There we go. Hey, Dizzy. Thanks for coming on with us tonight. Okay. Oh, and Jillian's got her kinky vodka. So we're going to go over the latest documents from last month and this month in Kelsey Fitzsimmons' case. We will also watch the video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it will make sense later. If you are new and don't know anything about Kelsey Fitzsimmons lives in Massachusetts. She has had one bugger of a judge that has really treated her horribly. And she was finally let out on bail toward the end of last year. The entire situation is ridiculous. A trooper shot her because apparently he thought she was going to shoot him. There are a lot of questions. Yeah. And is there anybody here who hasn't heard of the Kelsey Fitzsimmons case? If you have, if everybody's heard of it, then we'll just move on down the road. So anywho, we're going to get into the latest documents. I hope I have it in some semblance of order that it will make sense to all of you. And oh, that's right. I refreshed. So I have to get things loaded back up here. So let's get the right document. And we'll get into exactly what the scoop is here. All right. So this is the defendant's motion for disclosure of promises, rewards, and or inducements. What's most important will become apparent as we get further into this particular motion. Now comes the defendant, Kelsey Fitzsimmons, buy-in through undersigned counsel, and respectfully moves that the court order the Commonwealth to comply fully with Massachusetts criminal P14 as amended and inquire throughout the prosecution team to secure disclosure of any and all promises, rewards, inducements, understandings, agreements, or benefits, formal or informal, made to or received by Justin Alien, Officer Patrick McCarthy Noonan, or any other Commonwealth witness or potential witness in connection with this case. The defense requests specific written disclosure and written notice of its compliance efforts. I'm going to pause there. Let's talk about who these buggers are. Justin Alien. That is daddy, baby daddy. Officer Patrick McCarthy Noonan is the officer that pew-pewed Kelsey. So that gives us a little idea of what they are referring to. This motion is grounded in the constitutional discovery guarantees enshrined in Brady v. Maryland and a lot of case law here. And I'm not going to read all the case law. We want to get to the bones of this business here. The Commonwealth's obligation extends not merely to formal immunity agreements, but to any promises of non-prosecution, unilateral forbearance from prosecution officers, offers of favorable treatment, or requests for such treatment that could reasonably affect a witness's credibility, bias, or motive to testify. Sounds like an immunity agreement. A jury is entitled to know whether a witness avoided prosecution, received employment protection, financial benefit, or other favorable treatment in circumstances where criminal or disciplinary exposure existed. Here, the Commonwealth claims no such inducements exist, but the circumstances and the weight of the evidence strongly points otherwise. The Commonwealth's blind eye is a purposeful, brazen, tactical maneuver designed to avoid the total implosion of its case against Ms. Fitzsimmons, the true victim here. The court should enter orders to ensure that full disclosure is made. The defense makes a specific request for discovery as to each of these referenced witnesses. All right. We're going to start with the alien. Justin Alien. Non-prosecution despite overwhelming evidence of criminal activity. On July 3rd, 2025, while Ms. Fitzsimmons was hospitalized at Massachusetts General Hospital, fighting for her life after being shot in the chest at that time, as set forth on video surveillance, Justin Alien forcibly broke into her residence at 125 Phillips Brooks Road in North Andover with 3 other accomplices. See video exhibit 1. Oh, we're going to see it. Alien had 4 days prior obtained a fraudulent ex parte family court restraining order from an affidavit full of lies about Ms. Fitzsimmons, stealing full custody of their 4-month-old child and receiving an order that she stay away from him and the baby. In the affidavit, he swore that he lived with his parents in Stowe, Massachusetts. Given the order in his favor against Kelsey, his adversarial position in litigation against her, and her sole ownership and residence in the premises, Alien had no residential or possessory rights whatsoever regarding Kelsey's secure locked property. He had no business going there and no legal right to enter. In fact, Ms. Fitzsimmons' father, an alarm and surveillance contractor, had just changed the locks and updated the surveillance system in the house after Alien's surprise litigation against his daughter. As detailed in Ms. Fitzsimmons' sworn statement, oh, we're going to read that too, and corroborated by Stephen J. Fitzsimmons, we're going to read that too, Alien broke the front door and door jamb to gain entry. He entered with 3 other individuals. The surveillance system and alarm were immediately disabled and destroyed, causing thousands of dollars in damage. The modem power was forcibly pulled out of its wiring. Alien stole cash, gift cards, Kelsey's passport, her personal laptop computer, and other valuables. Alien stole evidence contradicting his family court affidavit, a handwritten letter authored by Mr. Alien praising Ms. Fitzsimmons as an amazing mother, removed from the refrigerator to prevent its use, exposing his lies about her. I didn't know that. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that. I didn't know he stole a letter. You dirty dog. Huh. Now I want to see the letter. Okay. Further, After stealing Ms. Fitzsimmons' laptop, Mr. Alien brought it to his parents' residence in Stowe, where it connected to the Alien family's Stowe Wi-Fi network, Braceland 4. From there, he accessed her Facebook, AOL, and Gmail accounts. What? Yes, Kristen. Shut the front door. What? Y'all, in case you didn't know, I prepped everything for this evening's live stream, but I didn't read anything. I was like, yeah, I think we need to do this. We need to do this. We need to do this. So this is the first time for me reading all of this. Interesting. Okay. From there, he accessed her Facebook, AOL, and Gmail accounts, gained entry to bank accounts, withdrew approximately $5,000, closed accounts. What in the wide world of sports? Accessed her medical records, accessed her pension beneficiary documents, and canceled her travel reservations, redirecting funds to his own account. Oh, I'm enraged. All of these actions were traced and readily apparent on the laptop's recorded computer history. The laptop was returned to the home at some point in Kelsey's 53-day hospitalization and what had to have been another unlawful entry, an obvious effort to conceal the computer crimes. You think? Yes, Dizzy. I am outraged, enraged, every beraged, whatever kind of raged there is. Okay. The conduct described constitutes probable cause for, at minimum, breaking and entering with intent to commit a felony, destruction or concealment of evidence, felony up to 10 years, malicious destruction of property, unauthorized access to a computer system, identity fraud. Despite requests for investigation, see Exhibit 5, defense counsel email to prosecutor. I might have to find that one. I don't remember seeing that one. Sworn statements, corroboration, and video evidence, the Essex County District Attorney's Office has declined to charge Mr. Alien with any offense arising from the July 3rd, 2025 incident. No agreements, emails, texts, or other writings have been provided relative to the non-prosecution. Further, requests that the matter be referred to an outside prosecutor due to the obvious conflict have been rebuffed. Give me a moment. I'm going to see if the Twix wants to play nice. Nope. The extraordinary leniency in a multiple felony case involving destruction of potential evidence in a pending criminal matter constitutes a considerable benefit. Whether characterized as prosecutorial discretion or declination, the practical effect is the same. Mr. Alien avoided significant felony exposure. It strains credulity that there is no discoverable information surrounding this complete abdication of prosecutorial responsibility in favor of a witness adversarial to the defense. The Commonwealth must be ordered to provide a memorialize any verbal or written discussions, assurances, understandings, or implicit agreements or positions regarding the reasoning or cause of non-prosecution. A jury is entitled to know whether a key witness stands in a position of gratitude, vulnerability, or expectation of continued protection. Well, I must drink. I hope you all are. When I'm trial watching, I don't need to be so hydrated. Officer Patrick McCarthy Noonan. Why am I seeing the name McCarthy? Because you know the judge's middle name. McCarthy is not exactly that common What are the odds that Noonan's name is McCarthy too? Come on. McCarthy Naaman. Can't stand her either. All righty, Officer Patrick McCarthy Noonan, non-prosecution, employment protections, and financial benefits. Officer Patrick McCarthy Noonan shot Ms. Fitzsimmons in the chest on June 30th, 2025. The events are not recorded by police body cameras or residential security cameras. He claimed Ms. Fitzsimmons tried to shoot him. Without ever interviewing Ms. Fitzsimmons, the prosecution believed and adopted Noonan's fanciful, self-serving version of events. The Commonwealth sought to leverage the shocking allegation into an assault with intent to murder charge 20-year felony, which was rejected and no-billed by a grand jury in favor of an entry-level superior court charge, assault by means of a dangerous weapon. In these circumstances, a 1-year probation disposition is eligible under the sentencing guidelines. The allegation that Ms. Fitzsimmons assaulted Noonan hangs by a thread held only by Noonan himself. As a result, the Commonwealth is strongly obliged to make him as comfortable as possible. After shooting his colleague, he was immediately placed on critical incident leave from June 30th, 2025 through August 27th, 2025. Upon returning to work, Officer Noonan resumed full-time duties and worked paid details for approximately 138 days. This was the status quo. On or about January 11th, 2026, Officer Noonan failed to report for his scheduled shift and was deemed AWOL. What? What? Wait a minute. I haven't been following this, y'all, because other stuff. So I kind of got out of the Fitzsimmons loop here. What? Failed to report for his scheduled shift and was deemed AWOL. Officers responded to his residence for a well-being check after phone calls went unanswered. Officer Noonan eventually answered the door and stated he had taken Flexeril and did not wake up for work. Sir, why are you taking Flexeril before you're going to be going to work? What? Despite this, he received only a written reprimand. He was placed back on critical incident leave effective January 17th, 2026. He has continued to be permitted to work paid detail assignments while on leave. What in the world? What is happening in Massachusetts? This state outrages me as much as the freaking Georgia. Critical leave is ordinarily reserved for officers unable to perform duties due to trauma. Officers placed on critical incident leave are typically removed from active duty because they are not considered fit to perform the full responsibilities of a police officer. To defense counsel's knowledge, working paid details while on such leave is highly uncommon, if not unprecedented. In fact, the North Andover Police Department's collective bargaining agreement states, a patrol officer on limited light duty shall not be eligible for details or overtime. And then it cites their union agreement. The continuation of paid employment benefits following an AWOL incident raises serious questions regarding preferential treatment and whether employment protections are tied directly or indirectly to Officer Noonan's role in this prosecution. The details of these extraordinary arrangements are crucial to the defense. Paid leave, deferred discipline, employment protection, or internal agreements regarding discipline are tangible benefits. If any favorable treatment was extended in connection with his cooperation or testimony, it is impeachment evidence that must be disclosed. I agree. This is outrageous. I'm glad we're doing this on a Wine and Crime Wednesday because I feel like we all need to drink knowing this. I'm going to keep doing some things here behind the scenes while I'm trying to read also. Under Brady and Giglio, the Commonwealth must disclose any evidence favorable to the accused that is material to guilt or punishment, including impeachment evidence. Massachusetts courts have repeatedly held that promises, inducements, understandings, and favorable treatment, whether formal or informal, must be disclosed. These are basic, axiomatic discovery obligations. This legal duty is affirmative and continuing. It is not satisfied by silence or by the Commonwealth's unilateral determination that the information lacks materiality. When witnesses avoid prosecution, retain employment, receive paid leave, or benefit from discretionary leniency in the shadow of criminal or disciplinary exposure, the jury is entitled to assess whether the treatment influences credibility. The defense requires the details of these arrangements, and the Commonwealth has not provided one shred of documentation. Wherefore, the defendant respectfully requests that this court find, one, that a conflict of interest exists as to the prosecution of Justin Alien, requiring the appointment of a special prosecutor. Ooh, I like that suggestion. Two, that the Commonwealth's certificate of final discovery compliance be stricken as premature. You think? And three, that the Commonwealth must disclose immediately and in full any non-prosecution agreements, charging declinations, discussions, or understandings regarding Justin Alien, any immunity, leniency, assurances, or favorable treatment extended to Mr. Alien. All personnel, police, medical, and other records concerning Officer Noonan's critical incident leave status, disciplinary actions, AWOL investigation, internal affairs findings, and authorization to work paid details. Any communications between prosecutorial authorities and law enforcement concerning employment protections or disciplinary handling related to Officer Noonan. Any other promises, rewards, inducements, benefits, or favorable treatment provided to any witness or potential witness in this case. The defendant further requests such other and further relief as justice requires. What does Kristen say here? Let's see. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, allowance. Oh, are you citing this so that I don't get in trouble? Let me pin this. Hold everything. Let me pin that message to the top. There we go. Thank you, Kristen. So, that's what we're looking at with this first document. This is a mess. Let me switch to something else for us. Because the next thing we're going to look at is going to be the affidavit from Kelsey and what her statement says. I'm trying to figure out where to put myself this evening. I'm struggle bussing. I know we cannot see that. Thank you, Kristen. All righty. I think that's big enough for my old lady eyes. Statement of Kelsey Fitzsimmons. Oh, I probably should have gotten a drink. Let me do that. All right. On July 3rd, 2025, at approximately 9:35 a.m., Justin Alien broke into my residence at 125 Phillips Brooks Road in North Andover. Justin had moved out of my home days prior. He has acknowledged that he no longer lives there in the affidavit he filed with Essex Probate in Family Court on June 30th, 2025, while applying for a restraining order. My father, Stephen Fitzsimmons, is the owner of an electronic security company, installs burglar alarms and surveillance systems. Upon Justin vacating the home prior to the July 3rd break-in, my father changed the locks, and replaced the surveillance system after the June 30th service of the restraining order and the taking of my child. Justin did not have authorization to enter my home and had just sworn to a court that he needed a restraining order keeping me away from him yet he came to my home and broke in. As the video clearly shows, Justin broke my front door in door jamb in order to gain entry. He entered my home with 3 other individuals assisting him. Upon entry, Justin and the 3 other individuals are seen on video entering my basement and immediately disconnecting the surveillance system that was installed and actively recording. Justin proceeded to steal several items from my home that unequivocally did not belong to him. Some of the items he stole were my laptop, iPad too? This dude's got issues, man. This dude he's plumb loco. That's what he is. Hey, Holly, thanks for coming on in. Happy to have you. iPad, my passport, and an important piece of evidence he took off the refrigerator. A handwritten letter he wrote to me shortly before he went to court with his false restraining order affidavit, stating in clear terms that I am an amazing mother and partner. This letter completely contradicts the lies and misrepresentations filed in that affidavit. It is a crucial piece of evidence that destroys his credibility by his own hand, which is why he stole it and why he is presently depriving me of its use for my defense. I am aware from my experience as a police officer and a law student that GL Chapter 268, Section 13E, a felony prohibits the destruction or concealment of evidence, stating, whoever alters, destroys, mutilates, or conceals a record, document, or other object, or attempts to do so with the intent to impair the record, document, or object's integrity or availability for use in an official proceeding, whether or not the proceeding is pending at the time, shall be punished. If the proceeding involves the violation of a criminal statute, as is the case here, the punishment is up to 10 years in prison. Oh, what is Dizzy saying? Wait till you read the transcript of him calling police department to get permission to break in. Your head will explode. Oh, I hope I know where that is. I don't remember reviewing that part. Oh, do tell me. Point me in the right direction. Once Justin stole my laptop, he then brought it to his home in Stowe, Massachusetts, where he resides with his parents. I know this because he proceeded to connect to his parents' home Wi-Fi, Braceland 4, screenshot of internet connection included within the file. Please note, I have never before brought my laptop to Justin's parents' house. Braceland is Justin's mother's maiden name, and I have personal knowledge that that is the Wi-Fi at her home in Stowe, Massachusetts, where Justin is presently residing. Once connected to the internet at his parents' residence in Stowe, he successfully gained access to my Facebook, AOL email account, and Gmail account. I would be livid, y'all. Once he accessed my email accounts, he was able to gain access to my Expedia account, checking and savings accounts, beneficiary information and paperwork for my pension, patient portal for medical records, ambulance reports where I was the patient, and looked at my medical records from both Lawrence Hospital and Massachusetts General Hospital, among other things. Oh, I need deep cleansing breaths. This guy is getting me torqued. He also used my stolen computer and my identity to gain access to bank accounts, and he was able to withdraw approximately $5,000 in funds and close the accounts while impersonating me under my login credentials. Justin, again posing as me, further obtained and accessed a release form. Oh, boy. A release form for my medical records through my Gmail account. He further accessed a change of beneficiary form for my pension through my Gmail account. He was hoping she'd keel over in the hospital. You dirty dog. Oh. Don't be changing beneficiaries, you dope. Again, under my identity, he accessed my Expedia account and canceled a trip that was planned, booked, and paid for. Wow. He further accessed and received the refund for, oh, he even got the money? Wow. Oh my goodness. He further accessed and received the refund for the trip into his personal checking account, again, posing as me. None of these actions were authorized. None of these actions were authorized by me, and the only access to these items comes from impersonating me through my login information. I am aware from my experience as a police officer and law student that stealing someone's identity is a misdemeanor under GL Chapter 266, Section 37E, which provides that whoever with intent to defraud poses as another person without the express authorization of that person and uses such person's personal identifying information to obtain or to attempt to obtain money, credit, goods, services, anything of value, any identification card, or other evidence of such person's identity, or to harass another shall be guilty of identity fraud and shall be punished. This is a summary of the facts known to me and is not intended to be an exhaustive document with every applicable fact. I do too, Jillian. I love how specific she's been. Okay. Hang on. How many different tabs can Janet have open at the same time? Let's see. Because I think Dizzy may have sent me something. So, not yet. Dizzy, if you know if it's in the Discord, I will look for it there. If I've got a name, I'm usually pretty good at being able to tie it down in some way. Okay. Well, that was spicy. Spicier than I expected, to be perfectly honest. We did this. Oh, Janet. How about we go to Steve Fitzsimmons' affidavit now? That would be Kelsey's father. Oh, and I do see I got something from Dizzy here. Hang on. Five parts chapters. Okay, we will get to that transcript. I hope my eyeballs can handle that. But right now I am going to get Steve her dad's statement up here. Actually, before I do that, I'm still trying to get this stupid live stream to show up on oh, sweet niblets. Nurse Kim, an hour to get through it. Oh, okay. Thanks for the warning. I'm going to try to take care of something. Bear with me just a minute. I would love to say that I'm really super grand at multitasking. Not so much when I'm live streaming. Copy and we're going to try it again. Don't know if it's going to work. Nope. The Twix is just not wanting to Twix tonight. All right. Here we go. Oh, good grief. Hang on. To whom it may concern, my name is Stephen J. Fitzsimmons. I am the owner of Alibi Protection, LLC, an electronic security company. Kelsey Fitzsimmons is my daughter. On Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025, I went to the home my daughter owns at 125 Phillips Brooks Road in North Andover, Massachusetts, to change the locks and install a replacement video recorder. I also changed the code to the burglar alarm system as well. The Twix Peppermint PJ is Twitter X, because I still want to call it Twitter. And so I say Twix now. I returned to the home the following morning, July 3rd, 2025, at approximately 10:30 a.m. When I approached the door, I noticed the door was damaged and not secure. When I approached, I immediately ran back to the driveway, yelling to the police, "Somebody broke in! Somebody broke in!" At that moment, Justin was present and admitted, "I broke in. It was me." What? Upon inspecting the property, I noticed the burglar alarm system was destroyed. When I went to the basement, I then noticed that the alarm had its power ripped out and the siren was ripped off the wall and damaged. I then noticed the new video recorder also had its power ripped out. After repairing all the security equipment, I could not get online with the equipment. That is when I discovered the power to the internet modem was also vandalized. For the love of Mike. I then repaired all and did a full inventory of my daughter's valuables I saw the day prior. She had cash in her drawer. She keeps her spare keys and other personal items in. The day before, I saw a $100 bill and other paper money. The cash was now gone. The day before, the only things in the top cabinet of the open gun safe were Kelsey's passport and her social security card. Her passport was now missing, and only her social security card remained. I found it odd that a love letter stating what a great mom she was also stolen off the refrigerator. I removed her jewelry box and her social security card and brought them to my home for safekeeping. But because of the grave condition of my daughter and her still in a critical unit at the hospital, to this day, we have no idea if anything else was taken, including any jewelry from the box or any other personal items. Attached to this email statement is a video of the breaking and entering. And that is what we're going to watch right now. Exactly, Melissa. Yeah. Kelsey's the one that was sent to jail, not this porkwad. I mean, Oh, before we do the video, would you all like to see the internet searches? Let's look at the internet searches. Why not, right? We had so much fun looking at Corey Richens, another dodo head. All right, let me get this so that y'all can see what the heck is happening in the world. Thursday, July 3rd, 2025. 9:46 p.m. Quote for services request. Sent mail. Honeymoon. Change of beneficiary. Kelsey Fitzsimmons, LTC suspension. Medical record request. These are in reverse order, by the way, but they're within minutes of each other. Patient portal. Sent mail. Medical records, Lawrence. Ambulance report. Emails. Schedule appointment, work evaluation, LTC hearing. Kelsey Fitzsimmons evaluation, medical records release, date of birth on authorization. Update. Time for a call today, LTC, inbox, update your payment method for Bobby. You've received an RSVP from Deandra. Oh, these are RSVPs. I will almost guarantee those are RSVPs for their wedding. Reminder waiting for you to sign authorization to release clinical information. Oh, sweet niblets. Review your recent statement to see important changes to your account terms. Review and sign. Authorization to release clinical information. Finish setting up your Apple iPhone device with the latest Google apps. Is closed. Between StreamYard and everything not working correct. Oh, thank you, Dizzy. Thank you so much. You are an absolute blessing because I I struggle in life. Logs into Facebook. Can't remember the password in Facebook. Facebook. Login. Signed into AOL. Facebook. Recover your Facebook account. Forgot my password. How to get into my Facebook account with a forgotten password and no access to my email. Forgot password. Facebook. Login to AOL. Facebook. AOL. Oh my word. He was on a tear for about 45 minutes. Oh, no. It looks like it was longer. And then there is him accessing the network. Braceland 4. Okay, I've got another problem going on here. I'm trying to Christine, you must have gotten that membership another evening, correct, my dear? I didn't see anyone gift any memberships tonight. That's why I was looking to make sure I didn't mess something up. So there we are with all the screenshots of everything. Now let's watch the video. I just need to get it linked for us here. Oh, wrong. Oh, boy. Oh, Janet. What have I done? Why can't I see this the way I want to? All right, I'm going to try it a different way. Okay, I think. Okay, I think I've got us where we need to be here. Okay. Oh, Kristen, there she does it again. She's gifted 5 misdemeanor memberships. Thank you so much, Kristen. You are far too kind. Far too kind. All right. So this is going to be the video. I don't think there's any sound with it. I have the sound turned on if there is. So we're just gonna play this. Oh, sorry, y'all. I would have loved if he could have gotten hurt on his way in. That would have made me pretty satisfied. Hey, coffee nut, I haven't seen you in forever. Thanks for coming on in and hanging out with us tonight. And yeah, if you're a peeper here, you need to leave some DNA on my thumbs up. Come on now. Bustin' Justin. I like it, Felicia. I like it a lot. Okay, so next thing I'm going to get us queued up for. There is a motion here. It is I'm going to skip part of it because it's got a lot of legal stuff in it. And this is about the Commonwealth's motion in limine. Have you all heard anything about this? I know I'm coming late to the party, but as far as getting caught up on this case, I'm usually listening to Justice Serve TV on my drive home. And I have been busy catching up on Corey Richins on my drive home. And so I have not been able to hear my friends there. I'm wanting this. And this is 4 pages long, but we're going to scoot because I want to get to this, the transcript that Dizzy got all lined up for me. Bless her heart. Thank you so much. And I mean, bless her heart in a nice way, not in the Southern, sure, honey, bless your heart way. Okay. I'm going to make this just a bit bigger. Ms. D's got bad eyes. Okay. We're going to go back to here. Prior bad act evidence may also be relevant to demonstrate intent. Commonwealth. Judge did not abuse his discretion in admitting prior bad acts by the defendant in rebuttal, where this evidence tended to prove the defendant's intent and the defendant had denied making other contemporaneous statements to the victim's evincing animus. Therefore, out of an abundance of caution, the Commonwealth reports the following prior bad acts to the court, which it may request permission to introduce if the conduct becomes relevant for a permissible purpose. You are welcome, KS Granny. I don't know what I clarified for you, but you are very welcome. The events surrounding the Jack and Jill, is that what it's called? Is it really called a Jack and Jill bachelor party? I never heard of such a thing. I mean, I'm old. It's possible that it exists out there and everything. Okay. The events surrounding the Jack and Jill bachelor party the weekend prior to the charged conduct. Various witnesses, including Justin Alien and Michelle Mitchell, a bridesmaid, reported that the defendant acted violently and erratically while a group gathered to celebrate the defendant and Alien's engagement in May. See attached report and 209A affidavit. The defendant exhibited retaliatory behavior against her former boyfriend, Evan Ferrier, when he broke off the relationship in February 2023. Oh, the bless your heart. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Felicia. I say bachelor and bachelorette too. I don't know what this business Jack and Jill craziness is, but okay. I guess that's something new. Evan, because I have a hard time with the Ferrier. I don't know if it's Ferrier or Ferrier. We're going to call him Evan. The defendant exhibited retaliatory behavior against her former boyfriend, Evan, when he broke off the relationship in February 2023. Evan, a Massachusetts state police candidate, went to extraordinary lengths to move out of a shared apartment without the defendant's knowledge because he was fearful that the defendant would make a negative report to the state police. After Evan moved out, the Human Resources Division of the state police received an email from the defendant in which she concluded that the defendant moving out of their apartment shows complete manic and malicious characteristics of someone you are allowing to be a part of such a prestigious department. In a follow-up interview with the state police, Evan reported harassing phone calls and texts from the defendant. On February 24th, 2023, around 11 a.m., the defendant wrote, "I know what I need to do. You don't need to prepare for the academy." Evan then called the defendant to try and talk with her, fearful that she was going to try and ruin his opportunity with the Massachusetts State Police. He stated while on the phone, he told her, "I need to go, Kelsey. I need to prepare for the academy." Then he claims she stated, "You don't need to prepare. You will not be going to the academy. I know what I need to do." The investigator observed that the call took place at 11:33 a.m. and the defendant's email to Human Resource was received 26 minutes later. The defendant exhibited irrational and violent behavior while in a 3-year-long dating relationship with John Minotti. Minotti described an incident while traveling in the defendant's Jeep that she was asking to get together with Minotti. Minotti explained to her that he did not want to rekindle the relationship. The defendant refused to allow him to exit her vehicle and continued to drive, but then threatened to crash the vehicle. After a period of time and begging her to allow him to exit, he punched her dashboard and broke it so that she would stop the vehicle and he could escape. The defendant told Michelle Mitchell that she got drunk and assaulted a police officer by spitting in his face twice. And this is written by Paul F. Tucker, district attorney. Well, if all of that is true, Kelsey, you make some really bad choices when it comes to dudes. We need to chat. We need an intervention for you, girl. Okay. I'm going to do my best here because I know y'all are waiting for the transcript. The transcript. And Dizzy sent me a file and I'm opening it right now. Okay, it is 18 pages long. Y'all know I read faster than that. I don't think it's going to take us too terribly long to get through it. I did not realize how unbelievably despicable this piece of trash actually is. I mean, truly despicable. Yeah, she needs like an entire intervention altogether, Kelly. I agree. We need to like do all of the things because she is a bad picker of men. We need to get her baby back. We need to make sure she has proper representation. We need to get her a job and get the dadgum money back from Dorkwad. Exactly, Coffee Nut. That's all I know too. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, are you ready? Let's do it. Let's oh my goodness, I need to make this even bigger because I'm that blind. I'm that person that is that blind. All righty. I'm going to assume that when it says it's Justin Land, it's actually Justin Alien. So we'll start at the top. Northern Police and Fire. This call is recorded. Hi, this is Justin Alien. I'm from the I'm on the North Andover Fire Department. I am off duty right now. I do need to speak with the DOIC. Yes, sir. Hold on one second, please. Hey, is this Justin? Yes, this is. Oh, it's a woman. Hey, it's Katie. How are you? I mean, that's a silly question, but um I digress. I do care. No, I'm doing as well. Thinking about you right now. Yeah. Yeah. So what can I do for you, Justin? What's that? I I needed to discuss my options of retrieving all of my belongings from Phillips Brooks. Thinking about you right now. Yeah, yeah. So what can I do for you, Justin? What's the I needed to discuss my options of retrieving all of my belongings from Phillips Brooks. Oh, gotcha. I gotcha. Well, it's your house. You know, I'm assuming that I got to make this a little small. I'm assuming that you can make whatever arrangements if you just want us to let because let's just say if this were, you know, a scenario we deal with in any other case, it the restraining orders, there's nothing barring you from returning to your own property except for your own safety. So, um, I can't, we don't have any jurisdiction and we don't even navigate about mutual property. So when we get a restraining order, people have to, you know, commonly the defendant would ask to the defendant. Why are we talking about a defendant? I digress. So when we get restraining orders, people have to, commonly the defendant would ask to, it's different in this case because you, you, you may be in stow, from what I understand. But any property that's in there is between you, Kelsey, and civil courts. It doesn't have anything to do with us. We have no jurisdiction to say what can be removed, what can be removed. Um, so am I able to go to the house with a bunch of fire buddies and remove my belongings? I just know, yeah, yes, we have no jurisdiction on that. I don't, are you in communication with her family and things? Like how? No. I am in no communication with her family whatsoever. Yeah. Do you know if they're at the house at all? That would be my only thing if you wanted to. I don't know, go if you feel like they're there, I mean, it's your house. So truly you can go in there anytime you please. And let's just say hypothetically, they were there and they get all bent out of shape about that. What you could do is just call us for us to explain that to them. So my only concern would be I know they're blaming me for a lot of this. Ding 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 ding. Not as dumb as you look there, alien. Situation, yeah, I get it. Yep. They are there. Yep. For the potential retaliation or any of the sorts. Yeah. So, you can play it however you want it to play it. I'm going to leave that up to you. One option would be to shoot them a text or anything like, just so you know, I'm going back to the house to pick up some belonging. Would they would say no, absolutely not. I'm pretty sure they would show up. Yeah. Okay. So what you want to do is just go do what you got to do. I can't keep you from there, nor would I want to. It's your 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 house as well. It's your property. So it's technically the deed is in her name. Sure. Sure. But you're like obviously a resident of that house. Are y'all liking my Justin voice? Exactly, Peppermint PJ. I'm like dying. Ay, ay, ay. Um, yes, you have legal standing in there as far as the civil courts are concerned. You have keys, you have access. I know you live there. We know you live there. We are not going to stand in your way from collecting your property if you go and do your thing. Um, and just if you get there and someone's there, we can, before you even go into the house, you could call us and, you know, meet us over at the school parking lot area and be like, uh, they're there right now. Can you send someone by to keep the peace? And we'd be happy to do that for you. We do it all the time. Um, okay. Especially if the roles are reversed. If you had been asked to leave the house, we do this all the time where, the person who has resided there has a legal right to grab things. Okay? I know, Kristen. This is really bad. I hope I'm reading it well enough because I don't feel like I am. Yeah, I'm just going to get as many friends as I can and get out of there as fast as humanly possible. Yeah, just so if you end up being there and either if they're there already, my suggestion would be to kind of head it over to the parking lot of the school and we can break the ice, keep peace, be like, "Hey, Justin has every right to grab his things, and okay, you should cooperate with this because it's just why create more issues. I mean, it's not you live there too, with your baby and in yourself for quite a bit of time. So we could break the ice for us if you'd rather just do it that way and hope that they're not there. Yeah, and then they show up while you're there. Just try to keep cool heads and just call us and we'll send someone right over to keep the peace. Just okay. Don't even mention anything and just disturb. Be like, the police will come down and we'll sort this out. This woman, she says a lot. Okay. Oh, she's got a lot to say. Katie does. All right. I had to hydrate again because Katie's still talking. I'm okay. I'm not trying to create any, more difficulties for any of us. And let's just call the police. They'll come down and help us, no need to put heads. No, no, sometimes things get very emotional and difficult. So, but we can diffuse it a little bit if we just say, "Hey, just let's all hang out for a minute and we'll call the police to help us." Tell us. And that's what we say. And what we'd say to the family is, you know what? We are just trying to, he has a legal right to grab what he wants out of the house. He was resided there. The son's in his custody. So you got to grab the baby's things, I'm sure. Okay. So, and if there is down the road, like any dispute on property, what we would tell her, like if she says, "Oh, my 50-inch TV's gone, he took it," we would just tell her that she'd have to take it up with probation court. What is happening? The airhead, Kristen, is Katie. I don't exactly know who I guess she's the one in charge. Yeah, scary. You are in Massachusetts, don't forget. We've been traveling in Michigan where things were like actually done correctly. We have been given a false sense of hope. Oh boy, give me just a minute here. I'm moving stuff. So, okay, yeah, no, I just want my tools, my clothes. Right. I don't have any of my stuff. So, yeah, you have your weapons. I think you have, you have all, I removed them all from the house the night prior. Yeah. So, that any property, we would just take a report from her and say, talk to the courts because that's not, uh, our purview. Okay, understood. This is making me really ill. What in the devil? I removed them all from the house the night prior. Yeah. So that any property, we would just take a report from her and say, talk to the courts because that's not our purview.
Okay, understood.
So if you're not going to give a yeah, if you're not going to give them a heads up, which is your right to, it's not my business to tell you what to do. That's not our jurisdiction cuz you don't have an order out against you. And you have legal standing in that house. Just call us if you happen to see their car there. Yep. And we'll meet you before and break the ice with them prior, and then we'll go from there. And if they show up, just call us. Just say, "Hey, I'm trying to get some property. Can you just send someone to keep the peace?"
So even though I have a temporary restraining order right now, I am still allowed to go to that house.
Yeah, the restraining order is on her. Yeah, it's not keeping you, it's her, okay? Going back, yep,
Okay, understood. Thank you for your time, and I appreciate it.
okay, okay, all right. Take care. You got it. Justin, call back if you need any help, okay? And I really do feel for you. And uh, I just I know this is terrible, but I'm, you know, a lot of us support you and, you know, I'm we're all, you know, it's terrible what you're going through. So, yeah, no,
It it it's uh
yeah, nightmare. And I support you and you're so kind to everybody. So anything you need, let me know. Okay.
okay. Thank you so much for your time. I really
Appreciate it. You got it. Yep. Take care. Bye bye. All right. Bye. Katie doesn't know how to do a lot of things, Coffee Nut, and forming complete sentences is one of them. Um, I have to back up because I want to make sure that I'm not repeating something. She does sound like now, to be fair, y'all, you might have just been enthralled by my acting ability because I was making her sound very pleasant and him sound kind of dopey. But still, the words are what the words are. I wasn't reading anything different than what the words are. Okay. That what I got to go all the way back because this was later. It looks like. Hang on. Let's go to the top. I should have done control home. Sorry. No, see, this is at 10:31 a.m. This might be a repeat of it. So give me just a second. 10:31. Yeah, this looks like a repeat of it. Oh no, this is different. This is different. Police, hi. You've been recorded? Hey, this is Justin, alien, off-duty firefighter. Can I speak to your OIC?
hold on, sir.
This is Lieutenant Lowe. Can I help you? Hi, this is just an alien. Oh, thank you, USMC. It was the next day at the same time. What are the odds of that? Weird. Do 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 do. Just saying. Hi, this is Justin. Oh, I have to sound dopey. Sorry. Hi, this is Justin, alien. I'm going to 125 Phillips Brooks to retrieve all of my belongings today with other members of the fire department. I had spoken to Sergeant blah blah yesterday about what would happen if she said I had full authorization, retrieve all my belongings, and if her family shows up to call for a police, yep, to call for a police officer, given the intense nature of what has happened in that house and what her family has already been trying to do. I need to request a police officer. Is there a time? is there at requested police officer is there at 9:30 when I show up. Okay. We're gonna be there for 2 hours, and given the potential and the intense nature of what happened there, I don't know what has happened. I don't know what they're gonna do, and I'm gonna have to request that a police officer is there. Sir, are you ignorant? You already asked that exact same thing. You dolt. We're gonna be there for 2 hours, and giving the potential and the intense nature of what happened there, I don't know what has happened. I don't know what they're gonna do, and I'm gonna have to request that a police officer is there. Okay, yeah, we have. Could you hold on 1 second?
Yeah.
And then it looks like they come back half a minute later or so. Yeah. You didn't know this, Felicia? Yes, you just request police. Hey, man, I'm going to need an escort because I plan on drinking tonight and getting bombed. Hey, you don't mind just kind of coming and hanging out with me for the evening and driving me home, right? It's all cool. We're like that. Justin?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm told that the the plan is if anybody does show up to give us a call, we'll be there immediately. We're very limited today on staff, but if there's any issue at all, we'll be there momentarily.
All right. I'm going to have it noted that if something does happen, I requested 2 times for a police officer to be there from the beginning. I want that noted because I will escalate this further, because this is not right, from giving a situation that occurred in that house and the potential for something else to happen. And my family should have never been in that position in the first place. Now I'm requesting something that should be placed there, and you're telling me no several times that right there is not right.
Justin, it's Katie. We spoke yesterday.
Oh boy.
Oh, did you? Confession. Don't be listening to anything at work. You'll get in trouble. He read these and did the different voices. Good. I'm glad it's not just me.
We did speak yesterday. We did speak yesterday. Given the intense nature of this situation and what could occur, I'm going to be there for 3 hours. I know what her father's capable of. I know what could happen. But you social media there, I'm just telling you, I understand the stressful situation, but what we spoke to yesterday was that we weren't going to prevent you from going in the house, but if something happened, you could call us right away and we'd be there just to that was what we spoke on. Okay. No. We did speak about that, and after thinking about it again, I wanted to make my concerns noted 2 times. So if something does happen, if something does occur, this will be noted, and I have no problem escalating you further. I appreciate your time. Thank you, and have a good day.
What time are you heading over there? Isn't this a repeat? I'm getting lost. 10:34. This looks like a repeat. Yeah, the use social media there. And then she says, what time are you heading over there? And he says,
I'll be there at 9:30 with 5 or 6 other men. It's going to be a couple hours, and
all right, well, that's that. There was no like formal requests at a certain time. Justin, I
And I understand. I understand that. I went through Crystal as well. I asked Crystal. Crystal said she would ask as well, but I never coming back to me this formal request. I called yesterday. You gave me this information. I'm calling again this morning, and I'm telling you that you guys do last minute details every single day. This is a last minute detail. Yesterday would have been a detail that was not last minute. Would you like a detail? I am not paying for a detail. Okay. All right. I'm just trying. Family should have never been in that situation. My child and myself should have never happened. I will absolutely escalate whatever I have to do. If I'm saying that I don't feel comfortable and I don't want to put my brother again, my friends into a situation where something could occur, or if you knew what happened, I don't know what her family would be capable of at this point. They've already filed negligence against me, and as the father, when there has been nothing, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they would be capable of. But if you want to wait and find out, that is on you. And I'm glad this is a recorded line. Okay. So I will be there at 9:30 if you do not have someone there. All of my concerns have been noted. Thank you for your time and goodbye. I grabbed my belongings. The alarm did go off. It had changed the locks. The alarm did go off. Her dad was full. He set the full system up. He has everything he's going to know. The alarms went off, and I have no doubt in my mind he's going to be driving down from New Hampshire to show up here. Well, I would be. I mean, if somebody was trying to break into my son's residence and my son was in the hospital recovering from a gunshot wound, you bet your sweet bippy Mama Bear is coming on down. We're going to have a little chat. Okay, whereabouts from New Hampshire does would he be coming from? He's up in the not the Rochester. I forget exactly what town he is in. He's probably about 40 minutes away, 30 minutes away. Okay. I don't know if he's coming, but I have no doubt in my mind that man is going to come down with a vengeance. Okay. I mean, do you think that I called. I called 2 times. My family should have never been in this position. I called 2 times yesterday, once today, and I'm asking for a detail down here for 2 hours. If that's something that you guys cannot do, I will gladly escalate the situation. This is ridiculous. What do you mean by escalate the situation? I will go to the media. I will do whatever I have to do to ensure my family's safety, my brother's safety here, and 2 firefighters that are here. If his family comes down, they're absolutely going to be doing something. Okay. If you're saying there's no resources for this, it's insane. If you need a detail, I can put a detail out. I will not be paying for a detail. Given the circumstances of this, you can bring this to the chief. Please bring it to someone, because I am not paying a cent for this. This is ridiculous. Okay. Given the circumstances and the escalation of this situation, you not recruit, providing a detail and having it be your guy's idea is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. We can provide a detail, but you're gonna be charged for it. I will not be charged for that. You know what? I am glad this is the 3rd time this is happening, because when something does happen at this location, it is going to be all on that department. Once again, this is unbelievable. Justin, when he gets there, just call us and we'll send an officer over there to keep the peace. That's not how it's going to go down, but thank you for your time. Wow. I believe if I went and looked in the dictionary under the word entitled,
I have a feeling I might see the alien sitting right there, like, hey, hey, yeah, I am what entitled looks and sounds like. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dizzy. I don't know if you're still with us or not. Um, Thank you so much for sending that to me so that we could have the delight of reading all of that. Or I guess I was the only one that read it. Y'all just sat here and listened to me drivel on. Uh, that's a mess. I mean, I'm going to call it right now. I will replay Kelsey's trial in the evenings of that week because her trial is supposed to start on the 23rd. Now, I don't know if her jury or her trial is starting on the 23rd or if jury selection is on the 23rd. Does anybody know if they are requesting this be a bench trial? If they're requesting it as a bench trial, there won't be any jury selected, obviously. But if they're going to be selecting a jury, that's what's going to start on Monday, the 23rd. So, that was a lot, y'all. You don't think it is? I don't think it's a bench trial either. I think they will be selecting a jury. So the 23rd will start that. And we'll definitely do that. I have not, because I'm going to do it this weekend, dug into the 90-Day Fiancé boat Bashan trial. It's supposed to only be 3 days long. I'm going to look at it this and see how much total time we need. Try to stay away from it if you can. Oh, and somebody, hang on. I have to find it somewhere here. Starfish and Coffee. Is Starfish and Coffee in the chat by any chance? She has sent me a Utah case. I don't know if I'm going to dig into it or not. It may be too much. It is a nurse murders her friend with insulin for 1.5 million in insurance money. Megan Sundwall. Does anybody know about that case in Utah? So that was sent to me also. I don't know if we are going to want to do that one, but I'm thinking the 90-Day Fiancé one looks like it is rather entertaining. So I think we'll have a good time doing that one. Yeah. Yeah, Megan Sundwall is what I'm seeing. This was an article out of East Idaho News. It looks like they are the ones that are covering it. So we may have to put that one on repeat after we finish the 90-Day Fiancé trial. Because, and it looks like I saw some rumors that maybe the state is going to rest in Corey Richins tomorrow. Oh, were you watching that one today, Kristen? The Megan Sundwall? So I might try to do that as a trial rewatch. I'll see how long it goes. The 90 day. Oh, that's right, Kelly. You may not. I talked about it last night. This is Cole. I can't remember his last name now. And the girl, the girl is Schwitzel or something is her last name. He is being charged with attempted murder because from what I can tell, they were out on a boat and he like held her underwater and tried to drown her. That's really all I know about it. That's all I really want to know about it. because I want us to kind of go in cold. I don't really want to dig into it ahead of time. I want to be an absolute full-on juror in that particular case. So I know Catnot Williams has been posting about it, and I've been like, avoid it, avoid it, avoid it. Avert my eyes, avert my eyes. So we'll have to see if that's something we want to do while we're waiting for, yes, allegedly, Kristen says, allegedly. Yes, thank you. That's what the charges are, is that he did that. So I am looking here quickly to see what I might have on the docket. I know Raul goes back to court on the 25th. Brad Simpson is going to be in court on Monday. And Barry Morphew had a hearing. I haven't, let me see something. Just a minute. No, that was someplace else. Barry Morphew's little hearing, I feel like I had that queued up at some point, but I thought I had bookmarked it in my YouTube stuff, but bear with me all, because it might be something we want to watch for just a few minutes. Would you all be interested in seeing the hearing that was held on Monday? I feel like, oh, I know where I had it. I did have it starred because, oh, Janet, it's the Alamosa Citizen that had it. There was a status conference. Y'all want to watch the status conference together? I got to get my other ear in. Hang on. I want to know about the hush puppies in the Stinkin' Richens case too. I'm pretty perturbed by the entirety of all of it, that there wasn't more of an explanation. All right, we are going to Alamosa Citizen things. They have a recording of the hearing from Monday, and I'm getting that queued up for us. I have no idea what the sound might be like. So, all right.
We'll call Alamosa County Case 2025 CR 128, People versus Barry Morphew. This matter is set today for a setting. Before we begin, Mr. Beller or Ms. Arielson, where is Mr. Morphew?
Uh-oh.
Good morning, Your Honor. Thank you so much. David Beller for Mr. Morphew. Your Honor, Ms. Byrie Elson also appears, and Mr. Morphew is in the room with Ms. Byrie Elson.
Okay. This matter was set today for a status. Ms.
Are y'all hearing Darth Vader? Is it just me? I'm hearing like... literally sounds like Darth Vader to me.
Kelly and Mr. Johnson are present on behalf of the state. Mr. Beller and Ms. Byrie-Elson are present on behalf of Mr. Morphew, who is present with her. And Ms. Morphew is present with both of the Morphew children are present with their attorney, Ms. Nislanik. So we will set the matters filed by the Morphew children here in a moment. First, we will deal with the status. So Ms. Kelly and Mr. Johnson, I will start with you. Anything other than setting those matters that you'd like to address today?
Thank you, Judge. We'd like to address whether or not the intervener's motion requires an in-person hearing, but we can address that at a later time. I don't have anything else in terms of the status. I don't know if Mr. Johnson does.
Oh, and I'm sorry, before we begin, I want to remind the individuals who are present on the line from the news media that there are orders regarding decorum during these matters that includes no audio or video recording of these proceedings in any way. Your pooling partner is present in the courtroom, and so if you are requesting audio or video of today's proceedings, you need to contact them. There shall be no audio or video recording of anything that is occurring on WebEx today, other than
Excuse me? Ma'am? Your Honor? Excuse me. What? What? What is happening? We're going to go on ahead.
through the polling partner who is present.
Coffee Nut, I think there was one daughter that was aligned with, I've completely, Suzanne's, that was aligned with Suzanne. And there was one that was more aligned with Barry. I think now that Suzanne is gone, that they are both aligned with Barry now. So, and with that, there's a lot of stuff that happens in family dynamics where people protect themselves because they don't, who really wants to believe that your father would kill your mother? Does anybody want to believe that? Of course not. So, I'm rolling with it.
In the courtroom. Apologies. Mr. Johnson, go ahead if you have anything. And you are on mute if you're speaking. Okay, I'm going to assume he doesn't have anything then. All right. Mr. Beller, Ms. Byrielson, other than setting these matters, anything you'd like to address today?
Your Honor, I do. Thank you so much. And this is done for the purpose of putting the court on notice. I am not asking the court to take any action on this matter today. With that said, as the court knows, we have a motions filing deadline of April the 13th. The defense is working extremely diligently, going through what is now over 6 terabytes of discovery that the people have provided. We have had a meeting with the people. I feel the need to point out that the people are assisting us and have been very proactive in getting us the information that we need when we ask for information. And so please don't interpret anything that I'm going to say as any sort of a dispute between the parties, because there is not one. With that said, the discovery continues to come in, and it continues to come in incredibly large, a volume. For example, on February the 6th, we received 8.2 gigabytes of data, which is roughly 1,600 pages and 533 different files. On February 2nd, again, we received an additional 76,000 files and 174 gigabytes of data. On February 27th, we received an additional 2,600 pages or 489 files. And so with the looming motions deadline, I will advise the court that we are working as quickly as we can to draft the motions. We want to make sure that they are complete based upon all of the data that we have been given. I don't think at this point there's any reason for the court to necessarily move any of these deadlines. Because I can't, with another month still to go, I don't want to set ourselves up by saying that's not going to be time. At the same time, if we are in the position of needing additional time, I also don't want the court to hear it for the very first time, days before we are asking potentially for that motions deadline to be extended. As I advised, or as I started out by saying, we have noticed the people of our ongoing anxiety and concern with this looming deadline. I am not asking the court to change that deadline. I don't want to set us up for failure by asking that dates be moved and potentially trials be moved. That is not where we are. But with this data continuing to come in, and quite candidly, with additional information still being out there from agencies that the people have reached out to, contacting, trying to get them to comply, we may be in a position of needing to tell the court that we can't meet that deadline for everything that we need. So if the court wishes us, in the event we need more time, certainly happy to file a motion with the court, letting the court know what that is. Certainly happy in the alternative to set another status conference between now and the 13th to simply check in. But again, this is done in an effort to inform the court early and often of sort of how discussion is going and how our progress is happening.
Okay, I appreciate that. Other than that, Mr. Beller, and any setting of anything with regard to the Morphew Children's motions, anything else that you would like to address today?
No, thank you. Other than to say, I do think these check-ins are helpful.
Okay.
So if the court is inclined to set them again, I do think that they, even if we don't have anything to discuss, I think there's utility in visiting every so often.
Okay. Before I turn to Ms. Byrie-Elson, I'm going to go back.
By the way, just to remind all of you, I was just looking, this is not going to trial until October 13th. So while I'm trying to get the little teeny tiny violins out for this attorney, sir, you got a lot of time yet. So hop to it. Chop, chop.
Let's see. Mr. Johnson, I think I have you unmuted. Anything you'd like to add?
Thank you, Your Honor. I apologize. I was trying to respond to you before, but I didn't have it sorted on the buttons. I would just have a little context. I agree with Mr. Beller that we don't have any discovery issues at this point. The large amounts of discovery he's referring to are specific to requests by defense. And just so the court knows, a lot of that is expert type disclosures that aren't due until August 13th per the court order. We're being proactive in getting them for defense in advance. So we're hopeful to keep things on track, but I didn't want the court to get the sense that we're just dumping new stuff in. We've received 12 discovery requests. We are being proactive. We're reaching out and getting things we might not even get in other cases to try to help defense counsel be ready in this case, and we're hopeful to keep those dates.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. Ms. Byrie-Elson.
No, Your Honor, I agree with Mr. Beller, Mr. Johnson. I would just say one of the very large things we're waiting for is the electrophoregrams from CBI for DNA testing that was done from items taken from the grave site, which I believe the testing was done in 2024. And we're just waiting for the electrophoregrams on that so we can consult that.
Okay, thank you. And Ms. Byrie-Elson, since you are with your client, please let him know and please check into, I have not received the report for his GPS monitor for this month. Normally it comes a lot earlier than this. And so if he or you all can please check in with the company and make sure that goes out to all parties, including the prosecution. Thank you. All right. I lost her. Oh, there she is. Okay. Ms. Eastlanik, to Ms. Kelly's point, are you asking for an in-person hearing on the motion that you filed?
Judge, you have protocols that I'm sure I don't know about. And so let me just say this. I plan to be there in person. And that's my preference. I'm going to drive to 4.5 hours because that's how I practice. And I'm happy to do it on WebEx if you order me to, but I would prefer to appear in person. And I believe that also Mallory and Macy may as well. They may choose to be on WebEx for reasons that are not relevant right now. But I plan to be, whenever you set this, I plan to be there.
What the heck does that mean?
And do you have any witnesses you're intending to call?
No, I just am going to put in some documentary evidence, but I will tell you, I'm hoping to spend some time with either or both of the DAs and see how many stipulations we agree on And if not, then I'll be submitting some documentary, I just got something pop up here. Some documentary evidence.
Okay. And how long are you asking, how much time are you asking for your argument?
My time will be no more than 30 minutes.
Okay. All right, and I will tell the parties before I turn back to Ms. Kelly, I'll tell the parties while it was filed in one motion, I'm treating it as 3 motions. First, I'm treating it as a motion to intervene. Because if the Morphew children don't have standing to intervene, then the rest of it is somewhat moot. I then will be turning to the temporary protection order and thereafter the order to show cause. So just to let everyone know the order in which I am looking at this. Ms. Kelly, understanding all of that and what Ms. Nislenik is saying, are you asking for any more time than 30 minutes?
So Judge, I respect the court's willingness to set this for a hearing. What I anticipated is asking for more time to respond to the motion that was filed by the interveners on Friday. It certainly provides much more information for the position that they're taking, and I think we have some response that we'd like the court to see. Judge, I believe that the court can resolve this issue without a hearing at all. I think it's a legal issue, and I think the court has already signed the search warrant attesting to or approving of the probable cause that the people identified as to the reason why we took that evidence. I understand if the court doesn't feel like we can do this without a hearing, we'll certainly be there. I don't anticipate presenting any evidence, Judge. I think this is an issue involving argument of the parties on the issues that the court raised, including the authority for the interveners to intervene and the issues that were raised in the motion. So I don't anticipate that the court would need to hear any more argument after we file a response to the defendant's reply on Friday, if the court gives us that permission, of course.
Okay, let me catch you all up a little bit as to what they are talking about. In the hearing, Macy and Mallory are requesting, and I want to make sure I read this correctly, so bear with me while I literally read it from an article. A hearing regarding the release of the late Suzanne Morphew's remains to her children. Macy, Mallory, and Barry all attended virtually and separately on March 9th. That's what we're watching right now. And we heard the judge say she's treating it as 3 separate orders, a motion to intervene, a temporary protection order, and an order to show cause. She also said that she doesn't know if the children have a legal standing to intervene, and if they don't, the other 2 motions are moot, which is what we just kind of heard her say. But it does look like, and it's this odd thing of wanting her remains. I think I don't know that the state is wanting to release anything, release her remains because they are concerned they may need to do additional testing. That's what I'm gathering out of this. Y'all let me know if you think it's something different. I'm perfectly open to hear. So I just wanted to let you know that's kind of what the crux of the matter is in the motion that they're in the motions that they're discussing.
I appreciate that. Mr. Beller, Ms. Barry-Elson, do you have any further position on this?
No, Your Honor, it is our legal position that we take no position on it. Certainly, I think it is Mr. Morphew's intention and hope that he support his daughters in whatever they want. And so beyond sort of him as a father wanting to support his girls, we are not taking a legal position as to how the court rules for purposes of his defense or his prosecution.
Well, to a certain extent, I do agree with Ms. Kelly that it is something that's I could rule on the motions, but nonetheless, these young ladies are the victims of a crime. we do have a Victims' Rights Act in the state of Colorado, and even though this particular issue does not fall squarely within that act, I'm most certainly going to give them an opportunity to be heard. And if they are choosing to do that in person, and in-person argument, then I'm going to give them that opportunity to do that. However, it's not going to be a lengthy opportunity, and I do hear Ms. Kelly asking for more time to respond to some additional arguments that were made, presumably in the reply that was filed on Friday, so I am going to give the state an opportunity to do that. So I will give the state 14 days from today to file any additional argument. Ms. Slanik, I'm looking at the week of March the 30th. I'm not available.
Judge,
Go ahead.
I have the 30th and the 31st.
Mr. Johnson, I'll ask you first. Are you available on either the 30th or the 31st of March?
Yes, Your Honor. I can be available those days, and this early afternoon time is really helpful for travel. And of course, we look forward to speaking with Ms. Slanik about any stipulations we can reach. So we'll look for that contact as well.
Okay, great. Thank you. Ms. Kelly, are you available on the 30th or 31st of March?
I'm available on the 30th, Judge, if the court I have a hearing at 1 p.m. on the 31st.
Okay. Mr. Beller, what I'm considering doing is setting this for argument on the intervener's motion, and then also setting it for a status as you requested. Knowing that, are you available on the 30th in the afternoon? And I would set your part, Ms. Byrie-Alson's part, and Mr. Morphy, if he chooses to, I would set that. You could appear virtually if you wanted to, as you've taken no position on the intervener's motion.
Thank you, Your Honor, and I can speak for both myself and Ms. Byrie-Alson, who just texted me that both of us are available the afternoon of the 30th.
Okay. So I'm gonna set this on Monday, March 30th at 1:30 p.m. I'm gonna set it for an hour. You do not need to use that full hour. I'm gonna set that largely on the motion filed by the Morphew children. But we will start that day with a status conference concerning the issues that were brought up by council today. All right. Ms. Kelly, anything else on behalf of the state?
Nothing, Judge. Thank you very much.
Okay. Mr. Beller, anything else on behalf of the defense?
No, thank you, Your Honor. And if we could just double check with Ms. Byrie-Alson.
Ms. Byrie-Alson, anything else?
Yes, just as a reminder, I know that both Macy and Mallory are on here today and they can be seen. I just want to remind the press that if this is being videotaped in that way, they're not to show the girls.
Well, and I will tell you, if I do allow them to be parties, that order will change. So.
They're not minors.
I've already ordered that there not be any audio or video recording of these proceedings, and the camera, the pooling partner camera is not facing this camera, so they won't be able to be seen. Okay, Ms. Nislenick, anything else on your client's behalf?
No, Judge. Thanks a lot. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Okay, thank you all for your time this afternoon, and I will see you on March the 30th. And just so that I'm clear, that filing deadline for any additional response from the state to the Morphew Children's motion is due by 5 p.m. on the 23rd. All right, thank you all, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I will be
All right. So there is our update with Big Bad Barry. So there will be another hearing on the 30th to discuss the same matter again. I'm anxious to see what how the judge rules on this particular request. I think that's everything for tonight anyway. We kind of got through a bunch of stuff. Monday, I'll start the 90-day fiancé
I'll send the typical upcoming dates out on Sunday. And then also on Sunday, I'll schedule the live stream for Monday evening for us to be back here. And I'm anxious to see how much time I'm going to have to dedicate for that. So that's where we are. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out this evening. Thank you, Kelly, for being such a fantastic mod. Thank you again, Kristen, for reining the memberships. So everybody, you can have one, and you can have one, and you can have one. Everybody gets to have one. And yes, I did get the wig trimmed up. Y'all saw last night. Looks a little better today because I wasn't quite so busy trying to get things done. But I am not intending on live streaming again until Monday. Ms. D is going to take a little break, and she's going to spend some time with Mr. D. And I'm hoping there's going to be nice weather this weekend. So again, I can feel the sun on my skin. I appreciate every one of you. If you were on replay crew, thank you so much. You know how I love when you drop me comments. So keep doing that. And for everybody else, you know, it doesn't cost a penny to be kind. So find someone to do something nice for today if you haven't already. And remember,